Hi, welcome all to The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. I'm just going to have a quick look at the lost levels. I downloaded this last night and had too much of a headache to do anything yesterday, so we'll have a go now. I've had a sneak peek, very quick look at a few things, nothing major. So how do we go into this making of, I guess? There we go. It's Jackson party now. I had a quick look. There's an intro video at the start of each. I hope that doesn't mean we get copyrighted or anything like that, but let's go for it, see what happens. Yeah, we'll do all of that. Introduction, I can turn that off. Excellent. I'll do this one without the intro video. It's just Neil Druckmann just talking about it a little bit, and I'm sure you all can watch that on another YouTube video. I just don't want to do that again. So let's start. Okay, blank screen. Oh, here we are. Okay. Alright. So all new stuff. What I'll do, I won't talk while the commentary's going, so you'll be glad to know. Let's do this.
Originally, this level was going to transition us to farm. We would go all the way through to the dance, where Ellie and Dina share their first kiss. Then we would play through farm, and when Ellie plays the guitar at night, she would remember the Seth incident. So, the opening for this was a little tricky. We needed it to match at least a little what you might expect emotionally coming from prior beats, because we were already purposefully disorienting you in time and space. Remember, you just came from this huge fight. To jump straight into it would have been a little too jarring. After some back and forth, we rooted it in Ellie's nerves, calling back to her hands shaking in the theater. But this time, for a much more innocuous reason we'll find out later. She's nervous because she has a crush on Dina, who is the only reason why she's here at the dance.
Okay.
Originally, this level was going to transition us to farm. We would go all the way through to the dance, where Ellie and Dina share their first kiss. Then we would play through farm,
do you turn
and
it
when
off?
Ellie plays the guitar at night, she would remember the Seth incident. So, the opening for this
Okay,
was a
we'll
little
have to
tricky.
listen to it again.
We needed it to match at least a little what you might expect emotionally coming from prior beats, because we were already purposefully disorienting you in time and space. Remember, you just came from this huge fight. To jump straight into it would have been a little too jarring. After some back and forth, we rooted it in Ellie's nerves, calling back to her hands shaking in the theater. But this time, for a much more innocuous reason we'll find out later. She's nervous because she has a crush on Dina, who is the only reason why she's here at the dance. Something we really wanted to do was highlight the way their lives had turned upside down since she went down this path. We had this idea of recontextualizing all of our usual gameplay mechanics that were designed for really violent ends. The workbench, door bashes, throwable weapons, and even the infected, which is my personal favorite. Peppered throughout the level are moments of levity or shared history, all the while seeing how happy and mundane they all were before her huge revenge odyssey.
Okay, let's go through these doors. Cool. Let's do a bit of this first. You can see how unfinished it is. Oh. Oh, okay. Damn it. Can I have another go?
It is not a festival without one of these throwing games. This one, of course, uses our throwable system where you're often chucking explosive things or stunning things, but for a more wholesome purpose, although some people take this game really seriously. A fun aspect of this is if you did well, you could win a toy here. Ellie would place it in her pocket. If you had done this, you'd find the toy with JJ, the baby, later back at the farm. When we cut this, the toy made it through anyway because it was so cute. It is the same one you see on the tractor at the farm. Ollie the elephant.
Ah, okay, that's interesting. Another go. That's quite cool, actually. Amazing, isn't it, when you don't realise how detailed they go with all of this, and then how much of it's cut. It's just like deleted scenes, isn't it, of a movie? Kids playing hide and seek or something here. Right, let's check this one out.
This is one of my favorite sections because I think that it achieves both the slice of life aspect of Jackson while also being a stark reminder of how dark the world that they live in really, really is. To attract attention and curiosity, one of the kids was supposed to make this adorable, messed up little clicker impression, and the others would giggle. We tried a version where if you got close enough, the kid might try and follow you a little before turning back. Since clickers are blind and move by echolocation, for this game of messed up tag, Ellie must close her eyes and listen for when the children give themselves away. The thought was that these kids are in relative safety. They still grow up with the dangers of clickers and runners, and all those lessons would embed themselves in the games that they play. When the festival got cut, they tried to preserve this moment and move it to the front of the game where the snowball fight is, as a tutorial. However, being in the headspace of a clicker doesn't really teach you how to deal with them. Eventually, it evolved, and they instead made the snowball fight, which was, I think, way more effective. For me, it's character illuminating that not only does Ellie know this game, she plays along. There's a familiarity with the kids that's really nice to see, especially because it's such a difference from the Ellie we see later, who has a sort of hollow normalcy that she's trying to get with JJ, but kind of fails.
That's pretty cool. What's going on here? Why can't I interact with this? Oh, is it glitched already? Okay, that's weird. Try one more time. Oh, let me go away. It's definitely a triangle there. It's gone now. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. Waste my time on that.
The makeup artist is pretty simple. It's one of those little in-game scenes we peppered in to make it feel like Ellie had roots in the town. Hallie, our writer, mentioned that in her mind, an ex-girlfriend of Ellie's tattooed her arm to cover up her scar. So we figured this might be the only time you get to see that. We wanted to hint at it and allude to it and make it feel like there had been so much more that had been happening and so much more that Ellie threw away.
Okay. Well, I think this would have been quite cool in the game, you know. It's a shame. Let's see what happens. I think I shouldn't be interrupting the triangle prompts with the developer speaking because we missed this part. I think missed a bit of it at the ball throwing. I mean, I think we definitely missed it at the kids thing. It's a shame. I don't think I can go back and do it. I messed up there. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. Probably to sit down, I guess. Yeah. You can see even her. It's very unfinished, but it's still not bad, is it? Okay, cool. I think this would have been good in the game. It just gives a bit more insight into everything. Oh, cool. Get one go at everything. Can I have another go? I don't know what blooming button to press at the top. Ah. It's a shame they only give you one go at each thing. I might have to do this again. Right, let's go to the next. Oh, nice. And I like bourbon, so... I think this would have been really good in the game. It was such a dark game, and just a little bit of levity would have been good. I don't actually agree why they with them taking it out.
We use our workbench a lot to make a lot of things that kill and maim and hurt people. Here, we had the silly idea of using the same feel, harkening back to the same animations, using the exact same UI to instead fix a drink.
Yeah.
Like the workbench, you could pick your base, and then you could add something to it. And at the time, we had some different reactions from Ellie based on how strong you chose to make the drink.
Oh.
Something we wanted to prototype, though, before it got cut, was picking up some ingredients around to add, like a lime or maybe a bottle of someone's favorite whiskey or salt, like you were earning upgrades. We also toyed with having Ellie carry around the drink you made and occasionally sip it, psyching herself up to go talk to Dina inside because she's nervous. It got too noodly, though, because she would need to keep placing it somewhere before she did anything, so it would have ended up more trouble than it was worth.
Well, I could have simplified. I really think that would have been good as well. What a shame. I disagree with these cuts. Well, these ones. I wish you could do that again. Why can't you do that again? That's quite fun. Okay, we've done the face painting. What's up here? Anything? Oh. Alright, before I go in there... What's up here?
There's a hidden spot at the back that was just a bit of fun. It was highlighting Jackson's normalcy with something we would find in a real world. In the back, you would find teenagers finding some alone time with each other in a dark corner of a party. It was rewarding the player for peeking into a hidden corner, but ultimately redirecting them back to the festival. We also had versions of them smoking weed here, despite Maria's consternation, probably having gotten it from Eugene.
See how cool that would have been. Oh, I think you made a mistake, Naughty Dog. This would have been a really good place. I would have preferred this to the snowball fight anyway, if it was a matter of time. I think this is amazing. Alright, let's go to the dance. Oh. Oh, look, Tommy. This is cool. Is that it? I think that is really good. Right, let's do the next one. The sewers. Now, I haven't seen the comment intro video on this one, but what I'll do is after I've finished recording this live stream, I'll probably have a look at that. We'll keep the development commentary on. Let's go for it. Loading screens is unreal. Look at how quick it starts. Get a few of those. Look at that. Oh, blimey. Made me jump.
Get off of me!
Wow. Was it like this in the... I can't remember it being that long. Maybe.
Okay. Okay.
Holy shit. This looks different to me. What have you got to do here? I actually don't know what to do. Oh, okay. Well, this is definitely different.
Where the hell am I?
Oh wow, you're actually like playing at the moment. Shit. Look. It's like you're playing the game. The hell?
This level, internally known as Find Nora, was quite long in duration as we had to make Ellie traverse a far distance to the opposite side of downtown Seattle. The sewer section was originally longer than what we released the game with, approximately 10 minutes more. This was one of the few areas of the game that used water flow as part of a traversal puzzle. The player has to go upstream to use the current to get to the platform to reach the other side. We mostly cut this mechanic game-wide, however it remained in essence in the section swimming to the aquarium as Ellie when you were avoiding the waves.
Missed one of the speech bubbles. How do I get to it? That's the first one, surely. Cool.
The ladder acts as an immediate goal for the player, but being able to climb out is not going to be so easy. To keep levels interesting and engaging, we alternate between positive and negative values the player experiences. Here, it's a positive to have found a ladder, but then a negative to discover it's not the solution. But then another positive to identify the next short-term goal of the doorway. By alternating between these opposing values, we give players what they expect, but not how they expect it.
Alright, this is annoying me. They should have kept the... If you're listening to the speech, I don't know, maybe it should have been a bit more clear. Where the character starts talking. Oh, yes. Anyway, it is what it is. Alright, let me get back on that side again. If I can.
Gotta be another way out. Almost had it.
Right, let's do that again. Oh wow, there's a speech bubble in there. What the hell?
When players reach the doorway and enter into the room, they are faced with a dead end. The real reason for this dead end room is that on the reversal, when exiting back out of the doorway, players are faced with the route onwards. A pipe that they'd not been able to see when they were swept past it on the way in, and something that was hidden from view when on the side platforms. The intention here being that the only option is to go off the standard path in order to search for a way out.
Okay, cool. Well, there's no harm in looking in the room. That's what we're here for.
What have we got here?
I can't believe you can craft something.
Get me the hell out of here.
Throughout the rest of the level, we also used light to indicate to the player that they were heading in the right direction. At each turn, however, we blocked the direct route forward. Players would know that they just have to keep finding alternative paths, promoting those feelings of being desperate and trapped. We slowly introduced the player to consider climbing into smaller pipes and crouching in these tight spaces. This is to slowly build up to, and encourage, the player to climb into such a small pipe that they'd have to be crawling on their stomach, which is something that the player previously may not have recognised as a playable space, let alone the desired route they need to take.
Up and out. Just keep going up and out.
We added a tiny space just to reward the player's exploration with a pickup item, and we made sure it was something that made sense that you'd find in this area. A canister and all the garbage that had been washed into the sewers from the surface.
Where is it? What's he talking about? There's nothing to pick up here. What if you go down here? Oh, right. Ah. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I like that. Okay.
We loved the idea of making Ellie prone through a tiny dirty pipe in order to get out, as it was a great opportunity to use our prone mechanic. A unique camera setup was created to support crawling in these pipes, as the standard prone camera is much higher above the player. We also created custom collision in order for Ellie to manoeuvre in these tight spaces easily. Initially, the oblong collision capsule around her character caused issues crawling around corners, but we put extra effort into the custom corner collision so the movement experience is as smooth as the main game.
Don't lose your shit, Ellie.
I can imagine that if you're playing this for the first time, and this was there is a jump scare factor in case the infected just comes around the corner. So, yeah, I think initially I was thinking maybe this one they were right to cut it because of the pacing of the game, but actually, I'm starting to kind of like it as well, like the Jackson one. Game was long enough as it was, but I don't know. Maybe they should have done. I don't know. You can't have a DLC of Lost Levels, though, can you? I suppose this is the best way to do it.
In order for the player to feel cramped, claustrophobic and desperate, we'd been enforcing the traversal mechanics that allow for a tight environment which promote these feelings. We introduced the use of the squeeze through so that we can keep the player feeling enclosed and tight, but without repeating the same geometry. Here we change from low ceilings with wider walls to high ceilings and tight walls to change up the spatial pacing and keep the level from repeating itself.
Clever. Yeah, I'd be going crapping myself playing this if this was the real game.
This would be a really shitty place to die.
Exactly.
Originally, we had the waterline much higher here, so players had to swim through this tight tunnel.
Ooh.
However, from watching user test feedback, it was occasionally causing people to discount the route entirely and turn back on themselves. So to avoid any risk of this happening in the final game, we present a lower water level so the tunnel is easy to see and commit to using. Although this isn't as impactful without the prone swim, it's the better decision as it means a smoother experience for the player with no backtracking frustration.
Right.
As we surface from the water and over the crest of the slope, we reveal what is further in this tunnel. A clicker that has sprouted and the fungus has grown on the sides of the pipe. It was great to see people who user tested this area becoming increasingly worried as we forced the player to squeeze past the fungus and inches away from the clicker's face, all the time not being sure whether the clicker might be alive or attack them.
Brilliant.
Although we aren't as cruel as to force a clicker attack in such close proximity, we do have a payoff for this moment. This clicker momentarily turned into Joel to show Ellie's PTSD from what happened to Joel at the start of the game.
Wow.
Ultimately, we decided to save this moment for the farm level, as it was more impactful there because it could become the centrepiece of that experience. Whereas in the sewers, we weren't able to make it as much of a narrative point and give it the breathing room and reaction time that it deserves, given the tight space.
I still think that would have been quite cool. That is cool. Oh shit, look at this. This is brilliant. They should have added the Joel bit in here though. Wow. This is excellent. Oh my god. What time for the battery to run out? Oh shit. It did happen, they did do it. Oh wow. Oh wow. That's good. I like that. I'm gonna go back. Go back, Ellie, go back. Oh my god, that is brilliant.
Shit!
Oh, that's excellent. That's really very, very good.
For the final section, we eventually opened you out into a wider area as you traverse through such tight spaces leading up to this. So changing the environmental pacing makes it begin to feel like we're coming to the end of Ellie's ordeal. An earlier iteration used the current that we'd shown at the start for a slightly tougher traversal puzzle to conclude the sewers. The ladder was clearly visible from most of the area, but the player was faced with a fast-flowing torrent of water they couldn't cross. If the player attempted to jump into the water, they were not able to swim across the ladder due to the water's speed. But instead they had to traverse the pipe running along the top of the space in order to get across the water.
Oh! What the hell? What the hell, man? You actually played the game. Oh my god. Wow. Oh wow, how cool is this? I didn't think they'd be doing that in this. Ah, it's fantastic. Where's its head? There. do you mean? God, don't need that thing attacking me. Jesus Christ. Bloody just the lost levels and I'm getting jumped.
This is the first time we get to see stalkers that are embedded into the walls. So this optional room is a nice little early extra that the player gets if they explore. We also use the pickups to lure players over to be close enough to trigger the stalker's attack. And this caused quite a few jump scares with user testers who played our game before its release.
Yeah. I believe knew what was happening and I still got jumps. I didn't think you'd be doing it in this demonstration. Wow, very clever. Okay, let me jump in the water, make sure nothing, nowhere else to go. Let's go back. It's fine. Okay. So, is anything else in here? Yeah, I think that's it. That was it. Okay. I'm going to pick up my monitor, and so at the moment I'm at my mother's place, and I'm going to pick up my monitor from my place and play No Return and maybe the main story again. I'm not too bothered about playing the main story because I've played it 3 times already. I don't know if I want to do it again for a 4th time. Maybe I'll do it on light just to see the new visuals and things on the monitor, because apparently I think my monitor's compatible for variable refresh rate and all that stuff. And it's supposed to be very, very nice to see that with the performance mode. So I might do that and No Return using the monitor, but that won't be for another week or so. So I don't think the TV it's not too bad, but it's not going to have the capabilities that the monitor does. Oh, hang on a minute, that means the other doors we could have gone into. Oh, anyway, whatever. Let me do this thing
For
first.
the final section, we eventually opened you out into a wider area as you traverse through such tight spaces leading up to this. So changing the environmental pacing makes it begin to feel like we're coming to the end of Ellie's ordeal. An earlier iteration used the current
come back on
shown at the
myself.
start for a slightly tougher traversal puzzle to conclude the sewers. The ladder was clearly visible from most of the area, but the player was faced with a fast-flowing torrent of water they couldn't cross. If the player attempted to jump into the water, they were not able to swim across the ladder due to the water's speed, but instead they had to traverse the pipe running along the top of the space in order to get across the water.
Oh, God, that looks lovely, doesn't it? Ugh. It's even giving you hints. Okay.
Using this pipe was retained in the iteration we shipped with, as it's the last of the extreme methods Ellie has to undergo in order to escape the sewers, and what she will go through in her pursuit of revenge.
Okay. If I missed the speech bubble, I'm going to be pretty peed off if I have. Let's see. There's only one left here. Okay.
The last ladder climb is quite lengthy, and although we could have trimmed it down to a shorter climb, we liked how this last segment of the journey built anticipation for whether there was success at the top or not after all you've been through. Ultimately, the ladder exits out into the subway station, which is how it connects in the final game. Ellie then has to find her way to the hospital from here, crossing paths with the scars for the first time.
Well, there better be another speech bubble, otherwise I've missed one. My OCD will tell me to do this thing all over again. I think I missed one. Yeah. Ah, god damn it. Oh, that's annoying. Now, where would I have missed it? Do I really want to do that again? I'm not going to waste your time. I'll probably have a look at it off air. Right, let's do the hunt. Alright. Again, I'll keep the introduction video off. Get a face. So angry.
Where are you?
Oh, we're gonna get... Yeah, we've got guns. And we're gonna have some interaction, I think. With things.
So the boar hunt was one of the hardest levels for me to work on. It was a huge challenge with the systems that we had, and we kept trying, but it never felt quite right. Originally, the level happened after the Jackson Festival, which also got cut, but before Farm. Once the festival got cut, it became the prologue to Farm. The intended experience is that we jump forward in time after the fight with Abby in the theater. We don't know where Dina is, we likely assume she's dead because she was just bleeding out. Ellie is alone, her hair is short, so maybe this is the future or the present. And she's hunting. Hunting who? Abby still?
Interesting. I've been playing too much God of War. I keep thinking he's gonna roll when I do that. I've forgotten how to sprint and run.
In early iterations of the fight, it was more arena-like. The player slowly whittles down the boar's health. Ellie gets more visceral and more vicious. We get a little worried about her. As the boar gets weaker, more panicked, more feral, and we start feeling sympathetic to the boar, was the hope. In all of these iterations, especially of these wider areas, it required custom AI and scripting to make sure it continued to feel organic as an animal, but we really needed it to do specific stuff. It needed to be able to close distances really, really quickly. It needed to charge to attack, but we wanted the feeling of hunting, so we needed to track it down from afar. And we also needed to discourage the player from attacking the boar when it's that close, or it would kind of turn into this melee kerfuffle. How do we do this in our world while keeping the boar believable?
I'll take it. We are gonna meet the boar. Many routes. I'm guessing they're going to get you to play this bore scene out. Just going to go back here to make sure we didn't miss anything. Is that one I've missed? This is very open worldish, isn't it? Very pretty, even though it's an unfinished level, it's still very pretty. Hence, the amount of detail and all to still go into is incredible. I've said it so many times on recordings and streams. What's playing Uncharted games and The Last of Us games. Insane. Okay, I think this is the route. Makes sense where the speech bubbles are. Oh, that noise keeps doing my head in. Okay, let's do this one. Hopefully it's 4 or 5.
We must have gone through 5 or 6 iterations of the boar fight and all, and every single time it changed pretty drastically. We split it into clear phases, where one was like all long range. We tried another where you're getting close and you get the jump on it quite literally. You're jumping off of a rock to attack it. And then finally we tried a bunch where you almost sort of go around a bunch of trailers and try and wrestle it. We uncovered after some time that taking down a boar over several phases felt very laborious and a little dramatic. It was comically long, it felt too boss-like, a little too gamey. We decided to cut the first few phases, and we opted for a cold open after the boar had already been hurt off-screen. So that allowed us to focus on feeling like we're closing in on prey and to introduce the boar when it was at its most dangerous. Already hurt, already feral, much too close for comfort. And so the thinking was it would bring us more into Ellie's mindset. Is this really hunting for food, or is she hunting for some other reason?
Gotcha.
Well, where is it? I'm more concerned about missing the speech bubbles. I've already missed one in the last one. Which means I'll have to do it again. Where did I miss that speech bubble? It's just kind of cool, isn't it? I think this... I'm actually in agreement with this one being taken out of the game. But I think the previous 2 levels should have been retained. I thought they were quite fun. Made it a lot more interesting. Or would have made the game a lot more interesting, I mean. A bit more context, etc. Jesse's toy and the PTSD of Joel, seeing Joel's face on the dead clicker. Not knowing if the clicker was alive or dead. That's crazy. That would have done my nut in playing if it was a real feature in the game.
How the hell do I get in there?
I'm just having a look around, if that's okay. Okay, let's do the speech bubble.
The gas station was built to highlight the boar's destructiveness. Since it's cramped, the boar feels larger. We also feel trapped with it, though perhaps it's trapped with us. When it charges, it gets to us quickly, so we must be on our toes. This made it more aligned with Ellie's sort of hunting for trouble mindset. Listening became more important, as well as moving around slowly so it didn't hear you. Could you spot it before it saw or heard you? And could you get a shot off quickly enough so you could dodge out of the way? Or is the shot worth the cost after? It feels like a gamble. By the end of the fight, everything would likely be in shambles. The boar would burst through the back, and Ellie would follow it and finally enact revenge.
Right, so we've got to fight a boar. Great. So I'm going to have to use R1. Listening, I think.
Okay. I can't see shit.
Oh, shit! Oh, bloody hell. I can't be doing this. Oh, look at his bloody footsteps. Poor thing.
Got you.
Fucking hell. Oh dear. I suppose it's a bit of fun. Footsteps are annoying. Sometimes you have to hit the thing. Oh, there it is. Jesus Christ. Oh dear, makes me laugh. I'm still rubbish. Even if it's an incomplete level, I'm rubbish.
It's over. Nowhere to run.
Oh, that's not fair. Poor thing. Hasn't got enough to worry about with infected. I don't like it.
The boar kill was supposed to be anything but glorious. With the boar whimpering at the back of the gas station after Ellie's relentless hunt. After this, hearing the drone that we kind of come to associate with Ellie's trauma, we would hard cut to the stream where she's washing her hands and holding rabbits that she hunted, about to return to Dina. And there would be no mention of the boar.
Just have a look around the store a little bit. I know it's bad, I'm letting the boar suffer, but... Oh, don't make those noises, please. I know you're in pain. Could you break any of these things? She's messed up, isn't she? If the game was to show anything, it's to show us how messed up Ellie was. Alright, come on, let's get this over and done with. Oops. Oh. Oh, wow. He's killed the thing, put it out of its misery, you stupid girl. Well, there you go, that's the lost levels. I'm going to have another look at it with the videos a little bit later offline. This is just the concept. Oh, I don't know, what's that extras in there? How to launch this collection. So look at this. I just pressed it. Oh, right. I prefer the Herald Ellie on the right, actually. That's cool. I think that's quite cool. Very good. Fair play. Behind the scenes. Okay. Commentary. Okay. One more thing I wanted to do, just as an extra for this. What's the filter gallery? What's that? Oh, okay, it's all this stuff. Okay. Gameplay mods. Yep, that's fine. I don't do speedruns, so it's not going to apply. Model viewer. And apparently there's some new ones which... you can only unlock if you do certain levels in no return. Okay, I'm not going to worry about all this at the moment. So let's see what else is there. Credits, we don't really worry about the minute. Guitar free playing. I had a quick look at this before I went online. It was about an hour ago now. And you can, it's quite cool actually. I mean, I can't play the guitar to save my life, but as you can see. Nice. Okay, but what you can do, rather than messing around, is you can actually unlock all these different guitars here. And not only that, you can... What's this? Oh my gosh. Didn't know you could do that. Cool. Wow. What does that mean? You can play as Joel, which is nice, and Gustavo. And you can also play in different areas. So we could choose Jackson. That's Jackson. There we go. This is crazy. Oh my god. Fair enough. That's a bit crazy. Is that because I chose Firefly? Avalon. Oh, nice. How cool is this? This is really quite... Goodness me. So good. And the guitars. Anyway, I'm not going to go through all this. Let's just have a look at Joel. And there he is. Bless him. Probably would be nice to see him in the theatre because he loved the films, didn't he? Yeah. That's probably where Joel should be. There he is. If only I could play, but there you go. There's a bit of that exit. And I think there's some settings, I think, before I start playing the main game, which are probably going to be useful. I'm not going to apply on this television, though. Display. See, I can't do the unlocked frame rate at the moment because of the TV. So I'll have to get my monitor. But film grain and stuff. Oh, field of view. Just the... Restore the score. Reduce. No, we don't reduce that. Yeah, okay. I think I'll leave it there. But thanks for watching. If anyone does come to watch this. It's just a little go through the Lost levels and see what it all looked like. I can't wait to actually play this game proper, but as I said, I'm going to wait for my monitor before I do that, or to get hold of my monitor rather, because I think the experience will be that much more enhanced. Until then, and until the next time, I don't know what game I'll be playing in the meantime, but take care, stay safe, and have a great weekend. All the best for now.